How interesting. Just a few days ago, I was on the golf course with a buddy, found a pink golf ball, and called it Pinky Tuscadero. And then he said, didn't she have a spin-off program? I'm like, I don't think so. You had Laverne and Shirley, maybe Joni Loves Chachi. Jason, you got to Google that. Did Pinky Tuscadero have a spin-off program from Happy Days? I hope not. Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. I certainly hope Pinky Tuscadero did not have her own program. If so, Jason, I'm guessing a pilot and one show. Like none. Good. Thank you. Thanks for that. Jason I hear he's grumbling over there. He's like, that was 14 seconds. I just lost in my life looking up Pinky Tusca. Who on the what? Sheesh. I hear you, dude. I owe you 14 seconds. You're right. How do I argue? No, dude. Pinky Tuscadero on Happy Days. Fonzie's girlfriend that comes on like once every 30 episodes. It's important. Anyway, we called the pink golf ball Pinky Tuscadero, and that's how we decided to start today's program. Fantastic. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Wow. I'm not going to tell you what we said about the golf ball and who, if you're playing that golf ball and what it means or any of that. I said, say, man, why don't you play that ball? I said, breast cancer awareness. That's what I said. That was like the nicest thing. And that was legitimate. And then it went downhill and, typical stuff like you're hitting it like a girl and things like that. And then I'm just hoping the Loyola or Tulane women's golf team doesn't show up where we're playing and outdrive us by 50 yards. So, yeah, I wish I played like a girl. What was it? What's her name? Lexi, the LPGA player, drives it like 290. Lexi Thompson, like 290 off the tee, 300 yards. She's blowing that ball by me. If I crush my drive, she crushes her drive. She's like 70 yards past me. Crazy. So, yeah, hit it like a girl. I wish I had a short game like the women, too. All right, Thursday afternoon edition of the program. Lots of stuff going on, as usual. We're on top of it. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop on this Thursday afternoon. By the way, the 4 o'clock hour on radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM, 93.9 FM, 93.9 FM. Check us out on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 107.9 FM. I love this little powerful AM signal that picked up the program, 600 AM, from Baton Rouge to like Pensacola, Florida. All up and down the I-10, I-12 corridor, 600 AM. CareTalks.com. That's our website, live streaming. CareTalks.com. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E. We're on YouTube. Corey Johnson, The Neutral Ground on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's 4 to 6 o'clock every weekday afternoon. Also, you can check out the program on television. The first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program simulcast on TV. Cox Channel 4, Yorview, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, all over Louisiana. The Charter television system, check us out on Spectrum, Channel 333, all over Louisiana, North Shore, River Parishes, Cajun Country. Yeah, you right. The 4 o'clock hour brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating. I'm always talking about Helm Paint and Decorating. Over 50 years, painting experts, the Helm family, 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, Mandeville, Hammond, got you covered. Plus, free 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro New Orleans. You keep working or never go to one of the 7 stores. Pick your Benjamin Moore colors online. Give them a call. Tell them, ask them what you need. They'll get it all to you. 7 locations in Metro New Orleans, free 2-hour delivery, high-quality Benjamin Moore products. And now in Baton Rouge. That's right, Tiger Town. 4, count them, 4 Helm Paint and Decorating Baton Rouge locations. And yeah, with that free 2-hour delivery anywhere in Metro Baton Rouge. West Baton Rouge Parish over there in Bruley and Port Allen across the river. How about going in the other direction towards New Orleans, heading out of town, Prairieville, Gonzales, got you covered. From LSU to Southern, from the Bluff and Scotlandville down to Tiger Town, all over BR. Free 2-hour delivery, 4 area locations of Helm Paint and Decorating now in Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're right. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge. Do it once, do it right. Let them steer you in the right direction. You go to Helm Paint and Decorating. The 4 o'clock hour this afternoon brought to you by Helm Paint and Decorating in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. The New Orleans City Council confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as NOPD chief. I mean, they officially do it, and the official title is Superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department. Anne Kirkpatrick, Superintendent Anne Kirkpatrick, Police Chief Anne Kirkpatrick of the NOPD. It's official. The council gives their stamp of approval. That was a great idea by the council. The voters of New Orleans had to vote it in. We overwhelmingly did. Thank God. No, where the council has to approve the mayor's appointees. Otherwise, it's just appointed, anointed. It's Cedric Grant. 20, 30 years, just retread, going to the next gig that pays 6 figures, doing absolutely zero, having zero expertise. I mean, just pathetic. All these appointed, anointed jackasses through New Orleans history and our just wasteland of political garbage and inefficiency. Please. No, it's great that you can't just put Cedric Grant up there for police chief, sewage and water board, whatever. You have to actually try to get qualified people. Now, that's why I like the 60-40 split for Supreme Court justices on the national level. I'm not going off on some different federal tangent. It just protected Republicans from Democrat president or Democrats in control putting in an extreme left guy, and it prevented Republicans, with Republicans in control, you're protecting Democrats from them putting in an extreme right guy. When you had to have 60 votes, you needed some from the other side most of the time to get it done. You needed a few from the other side. So you had to have somebody that was sort of middle of the road, sort of moderate. I mean, I think that's the whole point of it. And then the Democrats got it reduced down to 50. And now you've got a 6-3 Supreme Court conservative leaning. I wouldn't want it 6-3 liberal leaning. I like 5-4, flipping back and forth. That's ideal. But the real ideal thing is no extreme judges. I'm not getting into any of the appointees from Barack Obama or Donald Trump. I'm not getting into any of that. I just think that the 60-40 had some serious meaning. And you can't just put an extreme guy. It makes it more moderate. It's sort of a check and balances a little bit. You got to get some from the other side. This is not, it's sort of similar, just that it's a check and balances and it protects us, the citizens. The mayor just can't put her buddy in position. Oh, but I know have never done this, but they're really good and they'll do it, get it done. We need experts. We need the best. And the council having to approve it, unless the mayor has the council in his or her pocket, which in the future could happen. It's another layer of protection where at least you're having to put a more legitimate candidate up for those administrative positions that pay 6 figures. I'll tell you about the mayor's top 8 in a second, her chief of staff, legal advisor. I don't know if he uses like tarot cards or palm reading or what. he might be in legal trouble. Join the Gregory Joseph Club. Make nearly $200K a year. Don't work. Don't do anything of value. Actually, the opposite. Break the law. Get a check. Join the Gregory Joseph Club. Clifton Davis, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, a.k.a. Junket Cantrell's Chief of Staff. Clifton Davis, a new member of the Gregory Joseph Club. The Gregory Joseph Club. Wow. I'll fill you in on, another name you're going to have to know that you're going to learn about. Clifton Davis, the newbie on the block, joining the Gregory Joseph Club.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store, and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" And he said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. A Thursday afternoon edition of the program. Another great weather day. Really nice weather. Started out 60s and moving on into the 70s. I'm guessing I don't know. I don't think it's 80. I'm thinking 70 something right now. Oh, 80 on the dot. And that's, my phone on this little app, which, could be Weather Channel, could have something different, or weather.com or the National Weather Service. 56% humidity, feels like 80. Yeah, nice. Lots of 60s when we wake up for like the next week and a half, lots of 60s. And then high temperatures like every day around right now, about 80 for the next like week and a half. Seriously. That's what it looks like, at least on the South Shore of New Orleans. The next week and a half, we wake up in the 60s and we go into the 70s and maybe hit 80. And mostly sunny and clear. Doesn't look like I see a lot of rain on the future forecast. I'm not your meteorologist, Corey Johnson. Sports is next. Speaking of sports, Saints Jacksonville, 7:15 tonight on Prime. It'll be on Channel 6 locally for you non-streamers. Speaking of games, I've got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate or two available. Rouse's, Markets, phone lines to participate in the program. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Dial us up. 766-9480. I got 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse Day Spa, 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, Slidell, Mandeville, Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Lots of locations, 5 in the area. The premier day spa. Experience the Woodhouse Day Spa. Check them out online, woodhousespas.com. Pick one of the 5 locations online, book an appointment, do a virtual tour, print your own gift certificates for her. Holiday season's coming up. I got some trivia questions. If you got answers, I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Hey, by the way, no intranet device. No Google, no Yahoo, no DuckDuckGo, no Bing, no cheating. You either know the answer or you don't. DJ Khalid, our Palestinian buddy, who's worth tens of millions of dollars. His parents are Palestinian from Palestine. Born, in Jordan, in Gaza, West Bank. Maybe a different part of Israel that was Palestine decades ago. Before what? 68 war, 67 war, 73. It's hard to keep up on all that. Seriously. DJ Khalid, where is he from? I know he's got a big crib in LA, like a $25 million mansion in Miami. Wow. Where is DJ Khalid from? You either know the answer or you don't. No intranet device. If you do know the answer, I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Hey, that 504 FORE driving range, multi-level driving range coming. Right there on Broad and the Pontchartrain Expressway, the old Times Picayune building. Top Golf, multi-level driving range coming to New Orleans. Down by the River District neighborhood. Will these, whichever one's first, will that be the first multi-level driving range in the city? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Hey, I'm looking for the tallest building in the city in height, and I'm looking for the building that has the most stories. And maybe it's the same answer. Maybe not. We found something out yesterday. You got answers to any of those questions? I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Who's Clifton Davis? All right, it isn't a name you need to know. I said, going into the break, a name you need to know. It's just a name, sadly, you might remember, like Gregory Joseph. Hopefully you just forget these names. Anyway, Clifton Davis is Mayor Cantrell's chief of staff, a legal advisor, palm reader, tarot card reader. I don't know what he is. He faces charges from state regulators, misspent funds he was holding for private clients, made cash withdrawals for money that should be held in a private account for clients, and he used it for personal expenses. It admits as much. Practiced law while his law license to practice was revoked by the state over and over again. I didn't know. I honestly did not know that would be interpreted as unauthorized practice. You're a lawyer. That excuse isn't going to work. I didn't know it was a crime. That's the bigger picture. Forget about the Louisiana Office of Disciplinary Counsel. They can just take his law license away. That's about it. By the way, Clifton Davis makes about $500 every day, 7 days a week, 365, like 500 cash. Well, I shouldn't say cash, 500 a day. 16,000 a month. 188,000 a year. 188, nearly 200,000 a year for doing what? I do not know. Neither does anyone else. Let's go to the Rouse's Markets phone line. Isn't that sad? 766-9480. Dominic joins us in Metairie, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. What up, Dominic?
What's going on, Mr. Corey? I'm sitting in lots of traffic now.
Of course, you're in Metairie.
Yes, sir.
And it's 427 on a Thursday. Lots of traffic.
Absolutely. And I love your show. I love that, you report the meaningful topics of our great city, New Orleans. And, I just hope that we can one day get on the same page as a Houston or Austin. I pray for that.
If we were halfway there, Dominic, we'd all be delusional. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves. It'd be the Corey Johnson Giddy program. I'd just be like, that would be my show. If we were halfway to Austin or Nashville, that would be my show. I'd be a babbling idiot. That would be the program. Jeez.
Well, I have your answer from where Mr. DJ Khaled is from. He's actually from New Orleans. He's from here.
Come on, Dominic. I was asking which city he's from.
Well, he's from New Orleans.
You act like he worked at Odyssey Records here or something like that.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, he was. I think he was like big, like Lil Wayne and other, Little Wayne and others. I think that was like his era where he knew them when they were just fledgling and, starting their thing. And he was too. I don't think he thought or they thought, he was on the same level. He was a writer, a producer, and then got into the music thing, I guess all at the same time. But yeah, you are correct. From New Orleans.
You're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I had no clue, Dominic. I found out he's Palestinian recently, and then that's when the New Orleans thing came out. I was like, wow.
Yeah, my wife and I had that discussion the other day as we were talking about what's going on in the Middle East. And, she the one that actually told me that. So that's why I'm winning this gift certificate for her.
Now, Dominic, I love that. You're going to think I'm kidding. Tomorrow when Michael Heck joins me on the program, I'm going to be like, Michael, Greater New Orleans Inc. needs to have a person that reaches out to people like, DJ Khaled or Tyler Perry, New Orleanians that are worth tens, hundreds of millions of dollars. Khalid just bought like a $25 million house in Miami, $25 million. He's got a crib in LA that's probably worth 10, 18, 20, 25 million. I have no idea. A lot of money. It's not worth 3 million in LA,
Absolutely.
And you got to get with these guys. Like, you need a New Orleans house and, $1 million and fix it up and make it nice. And yeah, we're asking you to do it because you have the money, but you need a New Orleans place. Come on down, spend time here. Just beg them. Go beg them. I'm serious. Tyler Perry could buy a $10 million house in New Orleans like he's picking up Houston's on Peachtree Boulevard in Atlanta.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm in 100% agreement with you. Yes, sir.
I heard he tips really well at that Houston's on Peachtree, by the way, picking up Houston's bags of Houston's to go. And Tyler Perry like walking in and grabbing it.
Yeah. And I mean, I hear he's very personable. And, that's the New Orleans culture. We're very personable people.
Yep. But, like Andrew Young, generations before him, we lose all these New Orleanians, black, white, whatever. They beeline out of Dodge and take their talent, skills, brains elsewhere, and we lose out on all of that. I mean, could you imagine that Tyler Perry studio on the Army base south of the city, that being like at the Plaza site in the east?
That would be such a big up for this community.
Come on.
That would be wonderful.
But I mean, it wasn't even thought about or talked about it. He's probably like, dude, I'm not investing in New Orleans. Are you crazy? Atlanta, blah, 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 blah. New Orleans, blah, 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 blah. Atlanta doing this for me. New Orleans doing this against me, Yeah,
unfortunately, that's the truth.
Probably. I'm not blaming him. But I think you got to go approach him and beg him. So loaded, so successful, getting up in age, might be in the charitable mood. Hey, Dominic, hang on, all right?
All right, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Corey.
Yeah, you're right. I appreciate you. I appreciate the comments. Tighten up your lady. Going to the Woodhouse. That's Dominic in Metry. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Do not move.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a really nice Thursday afternoon. You can do some grilling tonight while you're checking out those New Orleans Saints, or maybe you're heading down to the Dome right now. Thanks for checking us out. You're in the right spot every weekday afternoon. Taking you home in style. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. The fun starts at 4 p.m. weekdays. 93.9 FM. 107.9 FM. 600 AM. Another way to check out the program. CareTalks.com. YouTube, Corey Johnson, The Neutral Ground. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson every day, 2 big hours. And the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour party simulcast on television right now all over the state. Cox Channel 4 TV, Spectrum, Channel 333 television. Got a few $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates out there. Looking for the tallest building in New Orleans, or is it in Metairie? Hint, hint. Or am I just throwing you off the scent with that? Is it in Metairie? Hint, hint. Tallest building in Metro New Orleans. And which building has the most floors or stories? Could be a trick question, could be the same answer, but it's two different questions. Two different $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates available. 504 Golf, multi-level driving range. Top Golf, multi-level driving range. 3 stories for each one. Baton Rouge has a Top Golf. Lafayette, under construction. Whichever comes first, the 504 Golf, the Top Golf, whichever opens first. Will it be the first multi-level driving range in New Orleans? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Got a full slate for you on this Thursday. The New Orleans City Council confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as New Orleans chief. The mayor's top aide, Clifton Davis, joining the Gregory Joseph Club. Her chief of staff, her top advisor, legal advisor, faces charges from state regulators, the Louisiana Office of Disciplinary Counsel. Misspent funds while he was holding those funds for private clients, making cash withdrawals for personal expenses of clients' money, practicing law when his law license was revoked by the state. I honestly did not know that would be interpreted as unauthorized practice. Yes, Chief of Staff Clifton Davis. The I don't know thing just doesn't work. Didn't know it was stolen. Didn't know, didn't know that the speed limit was this. None of that works. Still guilty. No, and he joins the Gregory Joseph Club, making nearly $200K a year. You don't work. You don't do anything of value. Actually, the opposite. You break the law. You get a check, a big check. $16K a month these jokers make. $16K a month. Some folks like, damn, $16K in a month. I'd clear out a bunch of little crappy debt I got. Zero out that credit card. Pay 2-3 months of mortgage. Some folks like 16 grand a month. Wow, we'll take the kids skiing. Whatever. 16,000 a month. Care what? It's all relative. Makes your life change, is just a drop in the bucket, a day of what you make, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's $16,000 a month. No, if it's not a private company, it's someone like the mayor and it's city funds, it's like, we're going to throw this cash around, y'all. And who knows how that works with someone like LaToya Cantrell, who every time she goes to dinner with Clifton Davis or Gregory Joseph, they have to pay. I mean, who knows how it works, if it's some quid pro quo or whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Sky's the limit. Nothing would surprise me. No, it's belligerent, just hell-bent. I see my 50 minutes of fame are up. I'm taking advantage of everything I can. I'm taking everything that isn't bolted down to the floor. No, the nickname Junket Cantrell is appropriate. And that's just being friendly and scratching the surface. Hey, the Saints hosting Jacksonville tonight, 7:15 on Prime. This is great. And I don't know, you can go, wow, that's just a typical 92-year-old. A few weeks ago, my mom's like, where's the Thursday night game? I'm like, it's on Prime, Mom. It's not on TV, regular TV. It's on a streaming service. What do you mean? It's the NFL game I'm talking about, the Thursday night NFL game. I'm like, no, I hear you, Mom. No matter how absurd that sounds, it is not on, quote, regular television that you're used to, like cable or antenna TV. It's on a streaming service. What? Well, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, no, I hear you. Anyway, it will be on Channel 6 locally, but it is on Prime streaming. Although I think one benefit, it's 4K. It's like a super great picture. The Saints are favored by 2 tonight. That's the Vegas boys. Now, ESPN gives Jacksonville a 57% chance of winning, and the Saints a 43% chance. Essentially, the ESPN, their matchup predictor using ESPN analytics, Jacksonville wins about 6 out of 10 of these games if the Saints in Jacksonville played 10 times. And the Saints win about 4 out of 10. Vegas says Saints by 2. But also, there's a 4-point advantage for the Superdome. It's 3 for home field, generally speaking. At least that was the old school way. 4 for places like the Superdome and Tiger Stadium, maybe Lambeau Field. Like, seriously, there's a few places that get an extra point, like Tiger Stadium and the Superdome, literally. So if it's Saints by 2, and you figure they have a 4-point advantage being in the dome, it's really Jacksonville by 2 on a neutral field, arguably, and Jacksonville by 5 if it were in Jacksonville. I guess that's where the ESPN analytics kick in and come into play, because the Vegas line is a little different. It's home field advantage, has points involved, and then there's a little bit of, where they think the money might go, that kind of thinking. But most of it's team versus team. They're damn accurate a lot of the time. It's frightening how accurate they can be on spreads, over, under. Hey, Leidenheimer Baking Company, I was mentioning the other day, you think about it at the end of the week, how many times did I have Leidenheimer French bread? If you're living and eating in New Orleans, enjoying life in New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat. We're not eating, I've got to have some food or I will die. We're like looking forward to our next meal. So many of them, breakfast, lunch, dinner, include Leidenheimer French bread. They've only been baking that French bread right here in the city like they're doing today. They've only been doing it since 1896. Part of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread. Leidenheimer Baking Company. Thursday afternoon. Speaking of New Orleans, Saints Jacksonville at the Dome. Bring in John Gruden to help the anemic offense. I don't know if Dennis Allen would like to bring in John Gruden to help the anemic offense because it just makes it that much easier for the Saints administration to 86 Dennis Allen if he's on the fence and elevate John Gruden to head coach. Interim and then full-time. No search needed. You got the guy. You got the winner. And I'm not saying get rid of Dennis Allen and bring in John Gruden. I'm saying I think Dennis Allen would be like, hey, let's stick with Carmichael. But boy, what a coup that would be for the Saints to bring in John Gruden full-time to help the anemic offense, like become offensive coordinator potentially, co-coordinate it with Pete Carmichael, whatever. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Yeah, you right. This Israeli-Hamas war continues. The Israeli-Gaza crisis. North of 5,000 dead, unofficially. Israel says 1,400 Israelis dead, 3,500 Israelis wounded, plus 202 hostages. Hamas says 3,800 Palestinians dead, 12,500 wounded. That's north of 5,000 dead. That's about 16,000 wounded. Those numbers seem believable. You figure Israel's numbers are probably accurate. And then Israel has their numbers, and then Hamas is saying how many Palestinians are dead. I don't know if their numbers are accurate, but there's a lot of dead and wounded on both sides, and it's pretty sickening. And I don't see any short-term resolution, nothing on the horizon, no light at the end of the tunnel. And my God, the macro picture, really getting it solved? Don't see that at all. Hey, holiday season's coming up. It's right around the corner, guys. Diamond stud earrings, diamond tennis bracelet, diamond necklace. How about that engagement ring? Real diamonds, natural diamonds. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers, Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street. Real natural diamonds, Friend and Company Fine Jewelers.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's families, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Every day for about the next 10 days, waking up in the 60s, gets into the 70s. We might hit 80. Just really nice weather. Gotta love it. Hey, you might be running heat sometimes. You might be running air conditioning, not running the system at all. If you need air conditioning or heat help, I got the crew for you. For 40 years in South Louisiana with a fantastic reputation, River City's Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. What more do you need? Honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. 841-3300. 841-3300. The easiest way to find them, NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. You need air conditioning or heat help? NOLAAC.com. That's all you need to know. Speaking of NOLA, the NOLA City Council confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as chief today. It's done. Anne Kirkpatrick officially the superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department. Not interim, done deal. The mayor's chief of staff, her top aide, her legal advisor, Clifton Davis, facing charges from state regulators. Misspending funds he was holding for private clients, his clients' money as an attorney in like its own account, making cash withdrawals for personal expenses. I mean, that's criminal. Forget about the Louisiana Office of Disciplinary Counsel. This goes beyond being a lawyer. This is like criminal. Wow. Crazy. You know, it's crazy. People abandoning dogs. It's tough times. Can't afford them. They're getting old. It's getting old. People just pulling the car over and letting the dog out. Worse, tying the dog up in the woods or leaving him in a kennel in the woods. I mean, I don't get what people are thinking. And they really aren't. It's like people that litter. They just don't want the trash in their car around them. It's their problem, and they don't want that problem, so they just leave it on everybody else. And we all have to deal with it. Thank God for Jeff Dorson. He's like the garbage man for us because we suck in Louisiana and New Orleans, especially when it comes to the humane treatment of animals. We're terrible. We're not a standout state. That's just a fact. That's not my opinion. We're terrible. We don't have enough pounds or, folks that go and protect animals in every parish. Don't have any of that. There's no humane society, SPCA type thing in every parish in Louisiana. Every town doesn't have it. Could be miles and miles and miles away for the next one, and they don't want those animals at their place. Jeff Dorson came here over 35 years ago because he thought, I'll come down there for a few weeks and help, and it's 35 years later. We suckered you in, Jeff. Our dysfunction suckered you in.
Yeah, I'm hoping to leave. There's no let up. I'm sorry to laugh, but you're so true. I just love how you just say it the way it is. We really don't do well. You say the word suck. I'm just not used to saying that on the radio, but it's true. We fall way short of basic standards of care for the dog and cat that you say you care about one day, and the next day you dump it on the side of the road.
No, and people not following spay and neuter laws, not bringing their dog to the vet. All these are laws. Your dog needs to be spayed and neutered. Your cats need to they have to have their vaccinations. These are all laws, and they're just avoided. And then it's even worse, Jeff. Dog fighting and cockfighting is as bad here as anywhere in America. We're like a top state for that crap. So we are below a level to begin with, and then we embrace the cockfighting and dog fighting. It's insane.
Well, I have you to thank for getting the word out. Not every broadcaster, newscaster, reporter is going to cover this. They don't think it's newsworthy, just like our elected officials, both of which drive me nuts because, of course, we need to care. What's it to them if they put it in their budget? It's not their personal money, but trying to talk to a gentleman in Catahoula Parish, Bienville, St. Helena, East Feliciana about the need for animal control or a basic public shelter, it doesn't go very far. And yet I tell them, well, don't you have a cat or dog? Yes, is the answer. Well, how about those that don't, that are starving on the street? Can't you just expand your level of compassion and concern to include a few more animals? What's it to you to help? We'll do all the work. Just put it in the budget.
Hey,
so
Jeff,
in our rallying call.
Yep. No, exactly. And not getting a lot of traction, but I think you're close because you've been doing it for a few years. You're learning the ins and outs. You're getting the politicians that care involved. So hopefully you're close. Hey, real quick, I hope that German Shepherd photo is on your Facebook page right now.
Several places. We're talking about Thelma, another careless loser as an owner, tied her dog to the bumper of a stationary car. The poor dog didn't have much room. It kept scraping its backside against the bumper and undercarriage. Of course, it gets open lesion and infected, and we have to take it because, of course, the owner couldn't possibly pay for vet care or untangle the dog or let it have a nice life. So we have it.
Wow. Thank God. No, the hair missing on the top of the dog. Look, I thought it was like a burn or a fire victim, the big open cut.
Yep.
Obviously you guys had to do all of that. I've seen that type of neglect, maggots and the like on dogs. It's insane. People are crazy. So if you go to the Facebook page, Humane Society of Louisiana on Facebook, you'll donate. And you donate by going to humanela.org to help out this German Shepherd and a bunch of other dogs. Hey, Jeff, love what you do.
Back at you. Thanks to Tim Rice, one of your listeners. He's always chipping in. Thank you.
No, Tim Rice is a great man. Compassionate, smart, caring, understands everything, got a good take on life, got his priorities right. Thank God for people like Tim Rice. HumaneLA.org. Be like Tim Rice. Corey Johnson.
On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers Breitling time, 5 p.m.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Susan Spicer joining us on the program.
Even when they presented me the award, the people that I look up to the most, Frank was there and Donald Link was there. It does cause you to reflect back and think about your whole career.
Maybe the Cella Brennan Award says that to you, like I've arrived.
It certainly is kind of the ultimate honor when it comes to cooking and hospitality in New Orleans and the world.
New Orleans style talk gumbo, served daily.
Doesn't get much better than that, huh?
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Interlocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Interlocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Interlocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help.
Due to the eclipse from a few days ago, reruns of Cheers coming your way now. That makes absolutely no sense at all, and that's probably the point. Reruns of Cheers, 2 in a row, coming your way now, instead of the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. That is, unless Mr. Drew Brees, from his palatial compound in La Jolla outside of San Diego, has something to say about it. Here's number 9, Mr. Drew Brees from La Jolla, California. Yes, thank you, Mr. Drew Brees. I think it's pronounced Brees. That's what the card says, number 9 or something like that. Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock power hour coming your way. Gotta love it. Got a lot coming your way in this 5 o'clock power hour, including some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. I think I have a trio of very easy questions. Tallest building in the city, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Building with the most stories, most floors in the city. Might be the same answer, but it's a different question. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 504 Golf, the multi-level driving range by the old-time Picayune building. It appears to be a go. Top Golf by the River District neighborhood, by the Convention Center, the Crescent City Connection, appears to be a go. Whichever one opens first, will it be the city's first ever multi-level driving range? Baton Rouge has a Top Golf right on the I-10 near the Woodhouse Day Spa by the Mall of Louisiana. Lafayette has a Top Golf under construction as we speak. Hey, no intranet device, no search engines. You either know the answer or you don't. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Area code 504. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. If you got answers to any of our trivia questions, I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner, in Mandeville, in Slidell, Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Check them out online, woodhousespas.com. You can book an appointment, print your own gift certificates online, woodhousespas.com. A lot going on this Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock power hour upon us. Hey, if you're beelining across the causeway right now and listening to the program, got Saints on the TV, Channel 6 coming up at 7:15. How about a big to-go order from Trey Yen? Order it right now. Pull right up onto, the little half circle right in front, and they'll walk it right out to you. Curbside delivery. You don't even leave the car. Don't forget the Tong Cho sauce. Their signature, sweet yet spicy Tong Cho sauce, amazing. The Tong Cho speckled trout or the Tong Cho flounder, it's the whole fish, both fillets, deboned, head and tail intact, flash fried to perfection. It's great just like that. And then ladles and ladles of their signature Tong Cho sauce on top. What a great fish dish. One of the best fish dishes you'll ever eat anywhere. I mean, who doesn't love speckled trout, local fresh flounder? Then it's the Wong brothers Flash frying that bad boy to perfection. And then the tong cho sauce on top to boot. Wow. Trey Yen in Mandeville. So good. I'm at Trey Yen like once a week. I live on the South Shore. 5 o'clock powwow. A New Orleans City Council confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as the new superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department. It's official. Anne Kirkpatrick's the new chief. A 6-1 vote. Oliver Thomas voting against it. We'll get Oliver Thomas on soon. He's been very contrary, kind of going against the grain on just about everything. The mayor's top aide, Clifton Davis, her chief of staff and legal advisor, I believe also tarot card reader and palm reader. He faces charges from state regulators, the Louisiana Office of Disciplinary Counsel that handles attorneys and lawyers, misspent funds he was holding for private clients, made cash withdrawals for personal expenses from his clients' money. And then his clients, well, he probably wasn't a lawyer when you were his client. He practiced law where his law license to practice was revoked by the state. His license was suspended. He wasn't allowed to practice. I honestly did not know that that would be interpreted as unauthorized practice. Wow. I did not know. Like Mr. Hand says in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put that up on the board, Mr. Spicoli, for all our students to see. I don't know. Cool. Good going, Clifton Davis. The misspent funds, holding for a private client, making cash withdrawals for personal expenses is against the law. Clifton Davis joining the Gregory Joseph Club. Join the Gregory Joseph Club. Make nearly $200,000 a year. Don't work. Don't do anything of value. Actually, the opposite. Break the law. Get a check. Join the Gregory Joseph Club. Newest member, Clifton Davis. Mayor Cantrell, Junket Cantrell's chief of staff. Wow. The Israeli-Hamas war continues. The Gaza crisis trying to get in aid. North of 5,000 dead, reportedly. Sad situation. Saints, Jacksonville, 7:15 kickoff. Channel 6 locally, Prime streaming. Saints favored by 2, according to Vegas. But the Saints get 4 for being in the Dome. So you could say on a neutral field, Jacksonville's favored by 2. In Jacksonville, they'd be favored by 5. The Jaguars, if this game were in Jacksonville, it would be Jacksonville -5. Instead, in the Dome, it's Saints by 2. ESPN says a 57% chance Jacksonville wins, a 43% chance the Saints do. They're saying Jacksonville wins 6 out of 10 times, Saints win 4 out of 10. Their matchup predictor on ESPN.com, that's according to ESPN Analytics. And I think that's accurate. I just told you, like on a neutral field, it's Jacksonville by 2. In Jacksonville, it's Jacksonville by 5. In the Dome, it's Saints by 2. Saints get 4 for dome field advantage. Like if it were on a neutral field and even a pick'em game, in the Dome to be Saints by 4. In Jacksonville, it'd be Jags by 3. So the ESPN analytics thing, I mean, I think that's pretty accurate according to the analytics. I think that's right. But that doesn't mean Jacksonville's going to win. Dome field advantage. Saints trying to get over the 500 hump that they descended to. Important game tonight. Hey, the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Canberra, home of Lamarck Ford, #1 Ford dealership in the region. Lamarck Lincoln, #1 Lincoln dealership in the state. The big store, the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Ford, Lincoln, pre-owned service, collision, repair, parts. They got you covered. 50 plus million. It's all brand new. It's all state of the art. Over 15 acres. On the car corner, Williams Boulevard and I-10 in Canberra. Right on the corner, right on the price. You see the commercials. Ronnie Jr., very much involved. That's why they continue to grow, continue to expand. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park does not slow down. His son is built the exact same way. Go, 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 go. Do it right. Go, go, go. Do it right. Go, go, go. They just scooped up Crescent City Ford, the legendary Ford truck, commercial truck dealership on Jefferson Highway. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner, and now Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
when a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, hey, what can I do to give you a hand? And he said, well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place. So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. You heard the lady with the British accent, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Got a few trivia questions. Just follow the rules, though. No cheating, boys and girls. No intranet device. No search engines. No Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo or Yahoo. None of that. You either know the answer or you don't. Tallest building in the city of New Orleans. Tallest building in the city of New Orleans. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse is yours. The building with the most stories, the most floors. Could be the same answer. Different question. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480 to participate. 766-9480. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse Day Spa. That 504 golf driving range, multi-level driving range at the old Times-Picayune building on the Pontchartrain Expressway. It appears to be a go. As is Top Golf's $30-40 million multi-level driving range by the River District, by the Convention Center. Whichever one opens first, will it be New Orleans' first multi-level driving range? Baton Rouge has a Top Golf. Lafayette has one under construction as we speak. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. You got answers to any of those questions? I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Yeah, you right. DJ Khalid, Palestinian. I found that out like in the last week or two. He's from New Orleans. Found that out just the other day. Worked at Odyssey Records. Worked his way up. He's worth tens of millions. Might be worth north of $100 million. I have no idea. Didn't Google it. Didn't look it up. He's got a $25 million house in Miami. He's got a multi-million-dollar house in L.A. When I have Michael Hecht on from Greater New Orleans Inc. tomorrow, I'm telling you, I'm going to ask him about one of his folks going out to folks like DJ Khalid or whoever it might be, Beyonce or Tyler Perry up in Atlanta, any of these native New Orleanians or people with New Orleans connections, people with a love for our city, got to go approach them and be like, dude, you got a $25 million estate in Miami. How about a $1 million home in New Orleans? How about coming into New Orleans and investing in a home, investing in it, making it nice, light it up, keep it up, come to the city. I mean, that's the whole point. You get them to the city for people like this, wealthy, not rich, but wealthy. They have houses all over and they spend 2, 3, 4 weeks a year at each house. Some they might spend 6 months at, and all the others they spend a few weeks. Some they may not go for 2 years. Get them down here, friends, partying, get them in the city, spending money. You could write a list of, I bet, 50 to 100 people that would fall in line with that. Maybe that's a little strong, but dozens that you could approach. What are you going to get? No? Let's head to the phone lines. To the capital city, Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're right. Tiger Town, Red Stick. Ryan joins us on the program. What's going on in BR, Ryan?
Just getting ready to watch the game.
Yeah, you're right. What part of town are you calling us from in Baton Rouge?
Like close to like Tiger Bend area.
Tiger Bend. Yeah, where was that?
Yeah, Highland.
Down
right
by
past, like, the water park.
By what? Oh, by the
water park.
Oh, okay. Down like the end of Highland Road, Perkins Road, I-10.
Yep.
Near one of the Baton Rouge helm paint and decorating locations, right there across the street from the Home Depot. That's your hood?
There you go. Yep, that's it.
There's a helm paint and decorating for you, Ryan, in the capital city.
That's right.
All right. Anyway, what's on your mind? Got an
Just
answer
wanted
to
to
which
answer your
trivia question?
Tallest in New Orleans.
Tallest building in the city of New Orleans. The Gallery in Metairie, right?
No, I'm going for One Shell Square.
One Shell Square. That building doesn't exist. There's no building named One Shell Square.
Well, my aunt worked in there for many, many years back in the 80s. So,
yep. Hancock Whitney now, former One Shell Square, tallest building in the city. You are correct. Yeah, you're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Excellent work, Ryan. One Shell Square, tallest building in the city. You are correct. I think it's 596 feet, right under 600 feet.
It's crazy.
It's a monster.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, hang on. All right, Ryan. They got a Woodhouse Day Spa, by the way, by the Mall of Louisiana, right down the street. Hang on, Ryan. That's Ryan calling us from Baton Rouge. He picked up a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate, tallest building in the city, One Shell Square, a.k.a. Hancock Whitney now. Is the same answer as for our other building question? The New Orleans skyscraper, tallest building in Metro New Orleans with the most floors. I shouldn't say the tallest building, the building with the most, was that a Freudian slip? The building with the most floors, the most stories. Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse. 5 area locations. Ryan's going to the Baton Rouge location. Last hour, we had a Metairie winner. 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 766-9480. I think this is an easy question. 504. Golf's coming. Multi-level driving range. Top Golf's coming. Multi-level driving range. They got a Top Golf in Baton Rouge where Ryan just called from. Top Golf under construction in Lafayette. Multi-level driving range, restaurant, bar, entertainment center. Whichever opens first in New Orleans, 504 Golf or Top Golf. Kind of same concept, competing against each other, a few miles apart. I think both can work. One's going to be more localized. One's going to be more tourist-oriented. Whichever one opens first, will that be New Orleans' first multi-level driving range? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Yeah, I wasn't kidding earlier. When I get Michael Hecht on tomorrow from Greater New Orleans Inc., I'm going to ask him, like, approaching these multi-millionaires, folks worth tens of millions, north of 100 million, approaching $1 billion, like Beyonce. Tyler Perry, I bet you, is worth north of 500 million. He might be a billionaire. Easily. No, these people have houses everywhere. They're wealthy. They're not rich. They have money spread all over the place. Get them to invest in New Orleans. Get them to buy a house in New Orleans. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. By the way, that segment tomorrow with Michael Hecht, brought to you by Latrim. Yeah, Michael Hecht on Fridays from Greater New Orleans Inc. That's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that is hiring. East Bank, West Bank, they got you covered at their Elmwood facility. North Shore folks, they got you covered at their I-12 facility. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. And it's not 2 or 3 job openings, dozens and dozens of job openings. Latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M. Latrim.com. Corey Johnson with you, 5 o'clock power hour. No, that 504 golf appears to be a go. Those folks are saying we have the green light. We have the financing in place. We are go, go, go. 504 golf's like we're going like in the next few weeks. Top Golf appears to definitively be a go. They have super deep pockets. They plan on opening late 2024, but no start date yet. No start date yet. These are going to be multi-level driving ranges in the city. Whichever one opens first, will it be the city's first? 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Hey, you folks watching on Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333. Check us out on YouTube, Corey Johnson Neutral Ground till 6 o'clock. 93.9 FM, CoreyTalks.com. Television from 4 to 5:30 each weekday on Cox Channel 4, on Spectrum Channel 333. Yeah, you right. A Thursday afternoon edition of the program. A lot going on. The Israeli-Hamas war continues. The Gaza crisis. North of 5,000 dead reportedly. Israel says 1,400 Israelis have been killed. 1,400. 3,500 Israelis wounded and 202 hostages, about 190 of them Israeli. Hamas says 3,800 dead. You don't know if it's an exaggeration or not. Or you could say it could be an undercount because they're not very efficient, don't know what they're doing most of the time. 3,800 dead, 12,500 wounded. If those numbers are anywhere near accurate, you're talking about north of 5,000 dead. Lots of women and children in that number. And north of 15,000, 16,000 wounded. Sickening. The Israeli-Hamas war continues. The sad part is there's no light at the end of the tunnel for this war ending anytime soon. And then there's definitely no light at the end of the tunnel for Israel and Palestine banging out some kind of agreement. Just a ridiculously sad, pathetic, tragic, heartbreaking situation. The New Orleans City Council today, by a 6-1 vote, confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department. It's official. Anne Kirkpatrick is the NOPD chief. The city council gave their approval on that. That is such a blessing, having the city council. I'm not saying I love the city council. They're great. You know me, politics in New Orleans is way too hyper left, loony left, woke, crazy. Not a Republican to be found anywhere. That's a problem. Not a Republican or conservative voice anywhere in New Orleans city government, never getting the alternative viewpoint. That's insane. Dysfunctional, broken. So I'm not going to sit here and go, man, I love the New Orleans City Council. They're great. But I do like that they came up with the idea of council approving the mayor's appointees. And the voters of the city voted for that constitutional change. So I love it because it's just another layer, ideally, of scrutinization of the choice. A future mayor, his or her, they'll have the council in their pocket. But it's not going to be every council. It's not going to be all the time. It's another layer. Hopefully it works. But what it does, it keeps a lot of the time the Cedric Grant type clowns, these anointed, appointed jokers that their whole life was brown-nosing certain politicians, inserting head up politician XYZ's rear end and getting these appointed, anointed gigs for decades. Cedric Grant made a living, literally. He pulls like $180 a year right now in retirement. It's insane. How do I get a do-nothing New Orleans job where I wake up and shower, shave, put on a suit, leave my nice house, drive my nice car down to City Hall, hang out for an hour or two, yucking it up, go to lunch somewhere nice, go back to City Hall for an hour or two, yucking it up, go home, go play golf, go to the gym, whatever. Don't do anything. And then retire after 30, 40 years of not doing anything and pull $180 a year. Cedric Grant is my friggin' hero. My God. He was the head of the Sewage and Water Board before Ghassan Corbin, who was working with public utilities in Milwaukee for 25 plus years, like comes from water management and running those types of systems, like qualified for the job. Mitch Landrieu put Cedric Grant in. I'm riding my bike on the Lafitte Greenway about 5 years ago, and I stopped by that pool, that public pool about 2 blocks before Claiborne. And there's a plaque like from the Morial administration from like 1991, whenever that like building was redone or whatever. And Cedric Grant's name's on that plaque from like 1991 as, head of, the Do Nothing Nothingness group, I mean, I was like, holy smokes. He was anointed back in 91. Cedric Grant. And I'm looking and it was some position. I'm like, he doesn't know anything about that. Just like he knows nothing about the Sewage and Water Board. Appointed, anointed hack. The money these jokers make. Now, that was the big thing about Gregory Joseph. You can't work for the city. You can't work for the city during this mayor's tenure. The whole point of that, so you don't get reappointed to some other city gig. I remember some softball pitch FM disc jockey pretending to do talk radio had Gregory Joseph on his talk show, and they just yucked it up like they were brothers, like they were friends. Never any critical questions. The opposite taken up for him. And how dare these people, and the mayor's right, and all of this crap. And then going, why would the council? I mean, it's personal when they firing you is not enough. They're not going to let you take any other city job. That's crazy. How can that be? I'm like, for that exact reason. So the mayor doesn't anoint him somewhere else. Go get a real job for once in your life, dude. Unbelievable. The mayor's top aide, Clifton Davis, her chief of staff, her legal advisor, faces charges from state regulators, the Louisiana's Office of Disciplinary Counsel. Misspending funds, holding money for private clients when he was a lawyer. And that's in quotes with an asterisk. I use that word lawyer, attorney with him very loosely. Let me just get through this. Misspent funds he was holding for private clients. He made cash withdrawals and used the money for personal expenses, his clients' money. Now, the reason I said an asterisk or put lawyer, attorney in quotes, he practiced law when his law license to practice was revoked by the state. His license was invalid. It was illegal for him to practice law, yet he continued to practice law. I honestly did not know that would be interpreted as unauthorized practice. I didn't know. That's great, Mr. Spicoli. I don't know. That's the mayor's top aide, her chief of staff, Clifton Davis, another Gregory Joseph flunky. Seriously, make north of $200K a year. Excuse me, make nearly $200K a year, $188. Don't work. Don't do anything of value that benefits the city of New Orleans or its citizens. The opposite. Actually, the opposite. Break the law and get a check of $16,000 a month. Wow. Saints, Jacksonville. Thursday night prime streaming matchup. It'll be on Channel 6 locally. About an hour and 40 minutes or so till kickoff. 7:15, 7:20 kickoff on Prime. My mom calls me. She likes NFL football, watches different games, not just Saints, loves the Saints, knows it pretty well. She's 92. She calls me a few weeks ago. Where's the Thursday night game? It's on Prime, Mom. It's on streaming. I know. I can't find it. What channel is that? I'm like, it's not on regular TV. She has Cox. I'm like, it's not on cable. It's not on regular TV. It's streaming. It's different. No. This is the NFL, the Thursday night game. Where is it on TV? I'm like, Mom, I hear you. The NFL, I don't sort of sold out. I mean, I know streaming is now and the future. I get it. I'm not in denial about it. But to not have that game on mainstream television, I think definitely has my mom wanting to watch it, and she couldn't that night. Now, my brother and I will get her the prime streaming gimmick, but it is a little strange. My mom, I think, even at 92, made a very valid point. Like, no. Where is it on TV? It's the NFL. It's got to be on regular TV, right? No, Mom. Tonight it will be Channel 6 locally, 7:15, 7:20 kickoff. Saints favored by 2 over Jacksonville. Slightly misleading, a little bit. I mean, the Saints are favored by 2. That's Vegas. But the Superdome, you get 4 points for being in the dome, not 3, 4 for home field advantage. So on a neutral site, it's really Saints +2. There, Jacksonville by 2. On a neutral field in Jacksonville, in Florida, it's the Jags by 5 over the Saints. So that's why ESPN's matchup predictor using ESPN analytics has Jacksonville winning about 6 out of 10 of these games, and the Saints only winning 4 of 10 if these two teams played each other 10 times. Corey Johnson with you. Best quality, best price, best selection. You know I'm talking about Rouse's Markets. Over 60 stores. They've been doing it over 60 years all over the Gulf South, South Louisiana, from Lake Charles through New Orleans, Southern Mississippi. Yeah, all over Southern Mississippi. Diamond Head, Gulfport, Ocean Springs, Southern Alabama. Metro Mobile has a half a dozen Rouses. That doesn't include the Gulf Shores location. That doesn't include the Orange Beach Rouses. Southern Louisiana, Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama. Tastes like home. Rouse's Markets.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us to you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
You're listening to The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Cotton Bowl winning coach Willie Fritz joining us on the program. Have you ever been part of a game that great?
A lot of things happen in the game. You just don't know the script. You got to adapt to improvise. You just got to keep playing hard the whole time, and our guys did an excellent job of that.
How big is yesterday for the overall future of the program?
You got to have a guy to really have a burning desire to get a quality education and also be a great football player. You got to have both.
You've always have embraced New Orleans. us. You've been a great ambassador for the city, for Tulane University.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. My wife and I just love it here in New Orleans. And just everybody, the city's just sensational. We just a dime for a person who came up to me after getting, I had tickets in the old Tulane Stadium. And, I've heard that a ton of times. And letting you know, that's good that we're able to make some people happy.
That's Willie Fritz joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Roll A.
The spirit of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hey y'all, it's Junket Cantrell, Mayor, City of New Orleans. We've decided to hold a contest where you can decide where I go next on my taxpayer finance vacation. I was thinking about Acapulco, but that's in the Western Hemisphere, and we can do a lot better than that. Think Europe, Asia, maybe even the Middle East. If it's safe. You don't want old Junket Cantrell getting hurt. It's all about my vacation, having fun and spending the city's money on my entertainment. I'll be flying first class, of course, and I'll be bringing some administrative flunkies with me. It should only cost the city around $30,000, maybe $40,000. Help me pick my next city finance vacation. Go online, Cantrell Junket at cityofno.gov, and have a fleeced day.
Yeah, you, right? Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday afternoon. Lebanon's Cafe's open till 9:30 tonight. What are you waiting for? Get a big to-go order for tonight's Saints game. Are you kidding me? You have the family sitting around the big screen TV, and in front of you on the coffee table, you've got hummus and baba ganoush and majedra and that great tabbouleh. Hummus, wow. So good. And then get some lamb chops. 6 lamb chops with a couple of Middle Eastern sides. 20-something bucks. 6 lamb chops. 2 Middle Eastern sides, 20-something bucks. Lebanon's Cafe, open till 9:30. Hey, the phone number's easy to remember if you want to fire in a to-go order. 862-6200. 862-6200. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette in Uptown, right by the streetcar barn. That is perfect for a Saints game. Big crowd, small crowd. Friends and family over, from just a handful of folks to 10, 12, 15. Everybody loves that. Everybody. 5 o'clock power hour, a Thursday afternoon edition of the program. In about an hour and a half, the Saints kick off from the Dome. Saints, Jacksonville. The mayor's chief of staff, Clifton Davis, facing charges from state regulators, the Louisiana Office of Disciplinary Counsel. Apparently, when he was a lawyer, which really is a catch-22, me saying that because his license was suspended more than it wasn't. He misspent funds he was holding for his private clients, tapped into it, made cash withdrawals, and spent it on personal stuff, personal expenses. Insane. Against the law. And then practiced law while his license was suspended in Louisiana. Again, against the law. Not an attorney at that time. I didn't know. I honestly did not know that that would be interpreted as unauthorized practice. Wow, what an answer. I didn't know. I don't know. That's great, Mr. Spicoli, says Mr. Hand. I don't know. Leave that up on the chalkboard for all my students to see. It just, I don't know, especially as an attorney, I didn't know doesn't work. Does not work. No, Clifton Davis breaking the law like Gregory Joseph, joining the Gregory Joseph Club, where you make nearly $200K a year, you don't work, you don't do anything of value, you actually do the opposite and break the law, and you get a check for $16K a month. $16,000 a month. I mean, the inefficiencies of the city are mind-boggling. I mean, there has to be hundreds of people that work for the city of New Orleans that do very little to maybe nothing and get paid lots of money. Just millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars in salary going out where we get little to nothing for it. And the mayor complains like, boy, the city's understaffed. We need more people working for the city. Are you kidding me? When you build a new city hall, if the city builds a new city hall, which, by the way, shouldn't be at Duncan Plaza in a park, should build it 6 blocks away in Central City and try to lift up that neighborhood at the same time. You build it like you're thinking 2035, not 2024 or 2025, and definitely not 1975. City doesn't have too many employees. The opposite. You could cut out some more and increase city services by having people actually manage their staff better, getting the most out of people. People at this working for the city actually working like they work for a private industry, having pride in their job and actually getting 40 hours of actual work out of them. That would be nice. That was like when Mitch Landrieu, when he cut the police budget and, we got to cut the budget. We have a budget deficit. It's like, are you kidding me? Like you act like this steak is just all lean and no fat. There could have been so much more fat cut, just letting people go, consolidating departments, getting rid of departments that don't even need to exist anymore, that are outdated, that don't do anything. Instead, you cut police. That was one of Mitch Landrieu's biggest screw-ups. I mean, his legacy could be like the airport, and then people are going to remember the police. And clipping, Sir Pass's wings where he ended up leaving and then just hemorrhaging. Crazy. Hey, are you tired of your dry cleaner? Ready to experience the best? It's Young's Dry Cleaning. They've got 2 walk-up locations for personal service. They've got free pickup and delivery, East Bank or West Bank, home or office. They have manless Young's Express locker locations. Put your dirty stuff in a safe, secure Young's locker. 2 short days later, bingo, pick it all up. Perfectly dry clean. To find out more about this New Orleans institution, to find out where a Young's Express manless locker location might be located, or to get on their free pickup and delivery list, youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Lord Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Lord Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans, Leidenheimer French bread. Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Looking for a place to check out the Saints with lots of Saints fans and good food, good time, and you don't want to go to like the sports bar because I said good food? Why aren't you thinking about Katie's for that Saints game? Are you kidding me? Multiple big flat screen TVs all over Katie's in Mid-City. Plus, it's a taste of New Orleans, big portions, great for sharing. New Orleans specialties, old school, food you love, food you want to eat. Not the bar food where you're like trying to find something that's edible. Not the sports bar where later you're going to feel terrible. No, a homey place with Creole, New Orleans, Italian stuff. Lively neighborhood spot. Pizzas, po' boys, everything in between, seafood platters, a Mid-City mainstay. For tonight's Saints game, Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. You won't regret it. A great place to check out college football on Saturday, NFL football on Sunday, and like tonight, Thursday night football, Katie's in Mid-City. They'd love to see you over there for tonight's Saints game. Katie's in Mid-City, what a great place. And You're trying to figure out the menu. I mean, there are 20 things you'd want to order. You have to narrow down the list. The opposite of the sports bar where you're just trying to find something that's edible. Saints kick off at 7:15. Plenty of time. Hour 15, hour and 20 minutes till kickoff. plenty of time to get your you-know-what together and beeline on down to Katie's in Mid-City. New Orleans City Council confirms Anne Kirkpatrick as NOPD chief. The mayor's top aide, Clifton Davis, in legal trouble, misspending his client's money, practicing law when his law license was suspended. The Israel-Hamas war continues. Sadly, no end in sight. Hopefully some humanitarian aid gets into the citizens in South Gaza through Egypt that so desperately need it, and a way to make sure Hamas does not get it, does not touch it. What's that, Blue Boy? Ready to check out some Saints Jacksonville on Channel 6 at 7:15. I hear you, buddy. You have a wager down with the Hammer from Las Vegas Gambling.com. Blue Boy, I don't believe you. See you mañana, Fantasy Friday.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.